Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Matt.
And I'm Winnie.
And today we're talking about part 2 of our article, A Special Center for Seals. Now, one of the ways that, a center like this can gain some popularity is, by letting people look at the seals.
Yes.
So, there's a lot of these zoos or places on the internet that allow you to access like a live stream camera where you can see the animals in their real life. So is that something you might want to see?
I'm a very big subscriber to all of these live streams. I have one for my cat. She and he, I have 2 cats, they watch a live stream of cats and squirrels and birds. Like they have this camera set up on someone's yard and there's just a bunch of animals. So I don't recommend it if you have a really fragile TV because my cats do chase after them. I personally like to watch shrimp.
Shrimp?
Yes, there are a lot of aquariums that they have very colorful shrimp. There's also jellyfish.
Just go to a seafood restaurant and they have lots of shrimp.
No, live ones, okay? And then jellyfish, yeah, and then otters. I like watching otters.
Okay, well maybe you can add seals to that list because we're going to talk about how you can watch these seals when we get into today's article.
Ooh.
The Seal Center allows people to watch the seals on the internet. People in Japan love that and want to help. They give fish to the seals through the center's website. Seals eat about 5 kilograms of fish a day.
Hi there, today we are looking at part 2 of our article, A Special Center for Seals. So last time we read part 1, and in part 1 we learned that there is a special seal center in the Netherlands, and it's by the Wadden Sea. And this seal center helps to take care of seals, young seals that maybe don't have their parents, and they might be sick or injured. So they need help from the workers there to be made healthy again. So they help them to get healthy again, and then they put them back into the sea where they belong.
Now, continuing on with the article, the Seal Center allows people to watch the seals on the internet, which is one of my favorite things to do. So, of course, when we are talking about something being on the internet, we're talking about something that you're able to see on the web. So, with your phones, with your tablets, or with your computers, you can go on the internet and go and connect with other people online. The internet is something that connects the whole world together as long as you have a connection. So a lot of these places have these live streams to connect other people from, all around the world. Like, we're not in the Netherlands, but we can see these seals.
All right, let's go to Tina.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的文法重点。A allows B to 加动词 A 让允许 B 做某事。Allow 是及物动词，意思是允许、准许。我们来看看这个例句。Mr. Lee allows his students to study in the library after class. 李老师允许学生们课后在图书馆念书。On the internet 在网路上 ，internet 指的是网路，字首横用大写哦。我们来看看这个例句。My mom found a recipe on the internet yesterday. 我妈妈昨天在网路上找到一个食谱。Recipe 就是食谱。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, now getting back to our article, people in Japan love that. By that, they mean that you can watch seals on the internet and want to help. So people in Japan love seeing seals on the internet.
Yeah, I should move to Japan.
That's right. All right, they give fish to the seals through the center's website.
Oh, that's awesome.
So not only can they watch the seals, but they can also interact and help by giving fish through the center's website. So,
wow.
So when we say through the website, we don't mean they are reaching through the computer screen to the other side to give the seal a fish.
Yeah.
But they mean through as in by way of or as a way of doing something. So it means when you use something to do something else, you can do something through something. For example, like a website. You can use the website to give the seals fish. And that means that you are giving the seals fish through the website.
Right. You probably give them like a donation, and then the center workers will probably do the fish giving. I think if I were to go on the website, I'd probably crash the website because I'd just be giving them too many fish.
Well, you'd probably lose. I imagine you probably have to pay for the fish. So
I don't care. It's going to be a buffet. So continuing on, seals eat about 5 kilograms of fish a day. Wow. That's a lot. But I guess seals need it.
Yeah, I actually don't know how big a seal is, so I don't know how much fish that is.
That's true. Maybe it's just a lot for us.
Yeah.
So what is a kilogram? Of course, a kilogram is a measurement of, weighing things. And for example, 1,000 grams equal 1 kilogram. So they eat about 5 kilograms of fish. Well, I think I would probably get sick from eating all that fish, but to a seal, that's probably like just their appetizer.
It's nice, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a
pretty
good
nice.
amount of fish.
Yeah, well, let's go check in on Tina.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 through 介系词透过借由 Tom sent the message through email. Tom 是透过电子邮件寄出讯息的。kilogram 名词公斤。Sarah bought 2 kilograms of rice from the store. Sarah 从商店买了2公斤的米。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, so now I'm pretty interested in, going on this website and checking out the seals for myself and, maybe even buying a fish or two for these seals. So it's interesting that you can actually help the seals, you can watch the seals, and you're actually helping them to get, healthy again and back to the sea.
Matt, you can't eat the seals, right?
Oh, I thought we were just,
No, we're helping them.
fattening them up.
No.
Oh.
Anyway, well, let's go to the second part of the article and we'll be right back.
So, the gifts from Japan really help. We can do things to help seals too. We can give gifts to seal centers in our areas. We can also use less plastic. That helps protect our seas and the seals. Let's all do our part.
Welcome back from the break. Before the break, we learned that the Special Center for Seals in the Netherlands actually has a feature on their website where you can watch their seals on the internet, and not only watch them, but if you're like a lot of these supporters in Japan, they will actually feed them fish, but through the website by paying them.
Right, so they're just giving fish to these seals that they like to watch. And you get to know you're making the seals happy and as you watch them. So let's see how this helps those seals. So the gifts from Japan really help. So the gifts we're talking about are the fish. These are gifts that they are giving the seal. And what is a gift? Well, a gift is something that is given to another person, or in this case, an animal. And it's not expected that they will give you any money in return or that they will give you something back in return. It's just something you give to someone because you want them to have it. And so often we will give gifts to celebrate things like someone's birthday or holidays like Christmas. You give people gifts.
Yeah, you don't give a gift to try and receive one. Okay, so continuing on, we can do things to help seals too. We can give gifts to seal centers in our areas. So if you don't want to go all the way to the Netherlands, you can actually find a seal center in your area and try and help out whichever way they will let you. In this case, maybe you might also be able to give gifts. So when we're talking about seal centers in our areas, an area is of course a piece of land or a part of a region. So it's really nice to know that maybe in your neighborhood there's a seal center.
Yeah, I'll have to do some research to find out where the closest seal center is so that, I can feed these seals and maybe find a seal for myself.
Okay, you can adopt one, but you can't eat it, Matt. Okay, well, let's go see what Tina has to say.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 gift 名词礼物。David gave his mother a gift on Mother's Day. David 在母亲节送给妈妈一份礼物。Area 名词地区区域。The park is a quiet area in the city. 那个公园是城市里一个安静的区域。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, back to our article. We can also use less plastic. That helps protect our seas and the seals. So there are things that we can do ourselves other than just giving fish through the internet. There's things that we can do to make the seas a nicer place and to, in turn, help the seals.
Right.
So one thing you can do in your everyday life is to use less plastic. So we said that helps protect our seas. So to protect something is to keep it safe from danger or from harm. So from things that can hurt it or make it worse. So when we protect the seas, we're keeping it from becoming dirty and polluted or from having plastic in it. We're helping to make it a better place for the animals like seals to live.
Right. I think a lot of animal conservation or how to protect our animals start from prevention. How do we prevent them from even getting hurt in the first place? So a lot of sea animals, sea creatures will also benefit from a lot of people using plastic, but also a lot of companies using eco-friendly materials. So the best way to help our seals is to, kind of help them by protecting their environment and their homes. And continuing on with the article, let's all do our part. And of course, our part means what can we do in our daily lives so that we cut back on using plastic or littering and doing things that might harm all of these animals.
That's right. When we say you can do your part or we can do our part, we mean that everyone can do their own little bit and it all comes together to help do something big like protecting the sea.
Right, well, let's see what Tina says.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 protect 动词保护。Emily wears a hat to protect her face from the sun. Emily 戴帽子保护她的脸不被太阳晒伤。接着我们来看到文法的部分。Do one's part 尽某人的一己之力。Part 在这里指本分、职责，固定用单数来表示。我们来看看这个例句。Andy wants to do his part by helping in the community. Andy 想透过帮助社区来尽自己的一份力量。Community 指的是社区。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, so now we know there are these places that protect seals and that not only are they helping seals, but you also can help the seals by, giving money to help feed them or maybe even adopting a seal through their website. But there's also things you can do in your everyday life that don't involve, spending extra money really, and that's just using less plastic.
Right, well, I'm gonna go and see how many seals they'll let me adopt. And hopefully you guys have learned something about this really important topic, which is making sure our seals have a good health care and also a good home.
All right, so let's all do our part to protect our seas and seals. All right, let's review the article again, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
The Seal Center allows people to watch the seals on the internet. People in Japan love that and want to help. They give fish to the seals through the center's website. Seals eat about 5 kilograms of fish a day. So, the gifts from Japan really help. We can do things to help seals too. We can give gifts to seal centers in our areas. We can also use less plastic. That helps protect our seas and the seals. Let's all do our part.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 through 介系词透过借由 kilogram 名词公斤 gift 名词礼物 area 名词地区区域 protect 动词保护。接着我们来看文法的部分。A allows B to 加动词 A 让允许 B 做某事。My mom allows me to watch TV after dinner. 我妈妈让我晚餐后看电视。On the internet 在网络上。I saw the news on the internet this morning. 我今天早上在网络上看到那则新闻。Do one's part 尽某人的一己之力。Andrew joined the army because he wanted to do his part for his country. Andrew 因为想为国家尽一份心力而从军。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，那我们下一次再见喽，拜拜。
Hot springs are springs of naturally hot water, and today's location is well known for its relaxing hot springs. That place is called Wulai, and it is the home to many people of the Atayal community, an indigenous group in Taiwan. It's one of my favorite places to visit, so I'm very excited to share it with you today. Wulai is in the mountains of New Taipei City. It's known for its old street, hot springs, and cherry blossoms. The Wulai area is home to the Atayal people. On Old Street, you can try snacks like bamboo tube rice. The hot springs in Wulai are good for your health. People come from far away to enjoy them. Small trains take visitors to see waterfalls and beautiful mountain scenery. They can also ride the cable car up to Yunshan Resort. Wulai is the perfect place for a day trip. The view from the cable car is breathtaking as you ride over the large waterfall. It's a sight that is definitely worth seeing in person. The first time I visited Wulai was when I was 5 years old, and it has always been one of my favorite memories. So I'm sure you'll have an unforgettable time when you visit Wulai as well.